Okay, hello. This is going to be a tarot reading on Lucky Blue and Nara Smith. Someone did request this, so let's just pull a few cards and see what's going on with them. Okay, Nara Smith, I feel like the card that came up to represent her is the Strength card. She's a very strong, brave person. I don't think she's easily shaken. I don't think she's a very overly nervous person. She might have a little bit of anxiety, but I don't think to the point where it will overpower her. And for Lucky, I see him being very, I think it's kind of maybe already out there that they're quite traditional or something like that, because I've heard things. Yeah, I do kind of see that. I see him as quite the head of the household. I don't really see it in necessarily an unhealthy way, but I see him being quite, charismatic, quite passionate as a person. I think he kind of makes a lot of the decisions for them in the family. Yeah, I feel like he makes a lot of the decisions, and the only thing really coming up from her cards is that sometimes she maybe feels like he makes decisions too quickly, too impulsively without telling her. I don't know why I'm getting in my head like they've had to move or go somewhere. Like he made a decision to move, or maybe they had to travel to a different country for a bit. He made a decision to kind of uproot them without necessarily consulting her. But I don't really see her pushing back against it, but just kind of thinking, I wish she took a bit more time making certain decisions. But I think she goes along with anything that he decides. Because I do just see her really loving him and loving the relationship. I don't see her really having issues with the relationship. I think she's pretty happy with the way things are. I think they try to still be quite romantic, so I won't be surprised if they have date nights or nights where maybe they have a babysitter or someone watching the kids and they go and have a night together. The relationship doesn't feel, I think it's very maybe some people say old-fashioned or traditional. It's not what I would want, but I think both of them are happy with the way things are. He sees her as being a very intelligent, wise person, very calm. Yeah, he sees her as being just very smart and very maternal is the word that's coming to mind, but it's weird because it's almost like I know she's a mother, so of course, she is a maternal person. But it's not that he looks at her necessarily in a motherly way, but there's kind of a maternal affection there, if that makes sense. He feels like he can go to her about anything and she's not going to freak out or yell at him or anything like that. She's just very calmly gonna sit there, listen, and then talk things out with him. Like I said, I think he can be a bit more impulsive, a bit more not angry, but a bit more he can get irritated a bit more than she can. I just see her as being very calm most of the time and being quite smart. I just see her kind of sitting on a chair and just being like completely serene, just like anything that's coming towards her, she can kind of handle and deal with without losing it, without like having a complete breakdown. You know, she can kind of deal with most things, I think. The only little thing I see showing up from Lucky's cards is, once again, I see him emotionally being very happy in the relationship, but I do think he sometimes, how do I word this? He sometimes doesn't like the relationship being used for like attention or for publicity, you know, like on TikToks. Sometimes he's kind of not into that. The way he feels, kind of, he doesn't want to use, allegedly how he feels, he doesn't want to use like their relationship and their love as a way to like profit. I don't see it being a huge issue for him. I don't see him being very unhappy with it, but I do think sometimes maybe, you know, he doesn't want their relationship to be on camera, on Instagram. But he kind of goes back and forth. Like, I think he, you know, if she wants to do something, he'll go along with it, even if he's maybe being a bit like, oh, I don't really want it out there. But at the end of the day, it's not like eating him up inside. He doesn't care that much. But it's just like the little thing there sometimes, that he doesn't want to like use his relationship in any way to, he doesn't want to like make money off of his relationship, if that makes sense. I think Nara Smith is probably aware of those like little feelings he has, because I do see them trying to figure out like the balance of like, how much do we show the public, how much is just for us, how far do we go with like the public couple, the public, you know, the power couple, the whole family thing, how far do we go? I do see them trying to figure that out. I don't see them as being stupid people, especially not her, so I think she'll actually successfully like figure out the balance, or as well as she possibly can do. I can't remember if I've ever, I don't think I've ever seen her kids in any of like her TikToks or Instagrams, but there's something I think they're both on the same page. They don't want the kids out there. They don't really want to focus on that. It's more if they're going to build anything, it's going to be off of the two of them. They don't want to build stuff off of their kids. And as for the future, I mean, I don't see any issues. I think they're going to be fine. Yeah, I don't really see any drama for them. Like, I think even in the past, when it comes to their relationship, and how they've wanted to kind of build their brand and make their money, they're both on the same page, mostly. So they don't really fight about that. I don't really see them fighting very much, to be honest. She's too calm to fight. I don't see any of that. I see them being very like consistent and dedicated to their relationship. Like, I think both of them have like given up opportunities in the past because it would have taken them away from each other or would cause some sort of issue within their relationship. I see both of them giving things up for the sake of the relationship. Let me see if there's anything else. Guys, there's no drama here. If there was drama, if there was anything crazy going on with either of them, you know, I would tell you. There's nothing here. They both love each other very much. They're both dedicated to the relationship, to keeping it going, to keeping their family steady. There's no, I see them both being pretty happy, and I know that a lot of people probably wouldn't want this kind of, maybe this relationship, like a very traditional pairing in certain ways. But for them, I just see it working very well. I don't see any issues. No, there's nothing here, guys. They're happy. They love each other a lot. That's it. There's nothing else to say. Thank you for watching. That's it.